We are going to read the next story, which is called Me Tai Doti Walker. There was a haunted house where every night a bloody head fell down the chimney. At least, that's what people said, so nobody would stay there overnight. Then a rich man offered $200 to whoever would do it. And this boy said he would try if he could have his dog with him. So it was all settled. The very next night, the boy went to the house with his dog. To make it more cheerful, he started a fire in the fireplace. Then he sat in front of the fire and waited, and his dog waited with him. For a while, nothing happened. But a little after midnight, he heard someone singing softly and sadly off in the woods. The singing sounded something like this. Me Tai Doti Walker. It's somebody singing, the boy told himself, but he was frightened. Then his dog answered the song softly and sadly. It sang, Lynchy Kinchy Golly Molly Dingo Dingo. The boy could not believe his ears. His dog had never uttered a word before. Then a few minutes later, he heard the singing again. Now it was closer and louder, but the words were the same. Me Tai Doti Walker. This time, the boy tried to stop his dog from answering. He was afraid that whoever was singing would hear it and come after them. But his dog paid no attention, and again it sang, Lynchy Kinchy Collie Molly Dingo Dingo. A half hour later, the boy heard the singing again. Now it was in the backyard, and the song was the same. Me Tai Doti Walker. Again, the boy tried to keep his dog quiet, but the dog sang out louder than ever. Lynchy Kinchy Collie Molly Dingo Dingo. Soon, the boy heard the singing again. Now it was coming down the chimney. Me Tai Doti Walker. The dog sang right back. Lynchy Kinchy Collie Molly Dingo Dingo. Suddenly, a bloody head fell out of the chimney. It missed the fire and landed right next to the dog. The dog took one look and fell over, dead from fright. The head turned and stared at the boy. Slowly, it opened its mouth, and at that point you would scream at somebody. Let's see. You knew one. A man who lived in Leeds. Some say this rhyme doesn't mean anything. Others are not sure. There was a man who lived in Leeds. He filled his garden full of seeds. And when the seeds began to grow, it was like a garden filled with snow. But when the snow began to melt, it was like a ship without a bell. And when the ship began to sail, it was like a bird without a tail. And when the bird began to fly, it was like an eagle in the sky. And when the sky began to roar, it was like a lion at my door. And when the door began to crack, it was like a penknife in my back. And when my back began to bleed, I was dead, dead, dead indeed. Stay tuned. We'll see.